Welcome to the full FX Unfiltered. This edition is in association with oneZero, and I'm delighted to be joined by an old friend, Stephen Totten, who's head of institutional and quantitative product at oneZero, and we're joined by Paul Lambert, who's CEO of New Change FX, for reasons that will become apparent in a minute, Paul. Or
very glad to be here too.
Yeah. Steve, I wanted to start with you because last time we sat down and chatted, you were in the very early stages of sort of extending the product range or looking at the banking industry beyond your normal, your core client base. How's that going?
Oh, that's been extremely successful. We have a number of clients live now, which has obviously been great for sort of our ecosystem and infrastructure. With a lot of focus in the past few months of really pushing out on the sales and distribution side of things. So a lot of nice new tools for salespeople and for end customers to access the liquidity and products, but also around the data side of things. At oneZero, we really strongly believe in delivering the best possible solution for our customers, but also really working in partnership with them to help drive more revenue and grow their franchise. And for us, that data part is really key to help do that, right? To unlock that potential of our customers.
Yeah, and I guess obviously you've kind of given me my next question there because I was saying data is clearly at the core of the product. It seems to me.
It really is key for us. It's sort of one of our big USPs, right? All these kind of tools that we've been building to help traders, to help salespeople, right? To help clients, the core franchise of a bank is all backed by data, right? So how do you improve your execution? How to on the client side of things, right? Helping them work out sort of optimal hedging or see their cash flow balances on the corporate side. All these tools, right, are all data backed. So we have a really strong team in-house that spent years building this really robust and solid product out. And we leverage that to the full to really get most value for our client base.
Yeah. Now, Paul, New Change FX and oneZero have just announced, or about to announce, a partnership. Obviously, he's on the data side again. So, what are you bringing to this table?
Well, I think it's a very natural partnership for us. Steve just talked there about their desire to bring, the best solution to their clients, so their clients can seek the most, efficient and optimal outcomes. And to do that, all data isn't born equal. You need a data source that looks across the board, an array of pricing that's available in the market, and that can't be venue specific. It needs to be something that looks across the whole, the whole environment, and that's our data, benchmark data. And so, we spoke over the last, weeks and months about how we could make it work together, and we could see benefits from both sides in this partnership.
And this is along the curve?
So to begin with, it's at the front end of the curve, but we've obviously got benchmark data along the curve too, which is unique, and especially for the broken dates, I think there's nothing else available that's even close. And so we're certainly hoping and expect that our partnership will kind of grow and broaden and deepen. Yeah,
absolutely.
Could do without this loving. So Steve, so where is the New Change data going to feed in to the oneZero ecosystem?
Yeah, so we're working on a lot of great new tools based around this, right, to really help our clients. So we have a key data source product right within our system that our clients that use and leverage. But I think what Paul was saying is really key. There's the old adage of traders, right, sort of picking up pennies in front of the steamroller. I think with the geopolitical events today and macroeconomic events, there's a lot of steamrollers about. And so having this really kind of key, this really high quality independent data feed coming in, so that our clients can really see, after payrolls or when the Fed speaks or when something's happening right sort of in the wider geopolitical space, how exactly did the market react and how can I respond to it? How can I improve in future, to better service my clients and to grow revenues off the back of that.
And I guess actually, the quality of data is becoming a much bigger topic now, isn't it? I think we went through the period when, data, we all need data, it's really good, we can get it from all these sources, but actually now, I guess it's the way we went with pricing and technology years ago, it's now about actually making sure that data's of good quality and I guess robust.
Yeah, the first thing that happened in the life of New Change was that we tried to do some transaction cost analysis, using different data sources, and unsurprisingly found the outcome depending very much on the data source that you measured against. It's like, the ruler was kind of going in and out, as you were trying to use it. And so we were like, oh, okay, let's find a benchmark, and we discovered there wasn't one. So it's like, okay, we need to create a benchmark.
Yeah.
And so anyone who's interested in measuring against a ruler which is always the same length, needs really, at the moment, our solution.
Yeah. Okay. So recently you've announced a partnership also with the European Energy Exchange.
Yes.
So is that an example of how you think the data, you kind of build out the data?
Yeah,
network?
so in that case, they want to be able to offer contracts in more than one currency out along the curve. And, that requires, our forward data. We are the only benchmark in that forward data. And, sometimes those contracts are going to fall on broken dates. And we're the only people properly interpolating those forward dates and not straight lining them between sort of certain dates. And so, again, they wanted it to be clear that the way you interact with their contract and you're successful at it is not by, gaming the system. It's, we give you an accurate reflection of where things are, and then, and then you can use it.
Yeah. Because Steve, I wanted to go back to one of the things you said earlier as well, in terms of providing that robust data source and what it brings. From your perspective, actually, with your conversations with clients over the last few months, is that data quality issue becoming more pertinent?
Well, massively. I mean, you definitely need to kind of accurately benchmark your data, right, to properly understand it. And not only that, but actually it really unlocks a lot of new tools that we can help deliver to clients as well. So of course there's traditional markouts and so on, which obviously if they're not accurately benchmarked are kind of useless basically, right? But on top of that, we've got a lot of new functionality coming in terms of helping our clients, let's say, decompose and understand the sources and drivers of their P&L better. And again, you need a really high quality feed to help drive that, so you can really structure your sort of P&L down into different buckets, right? Is there sort of, how much are you giving away to skew, right? Or how much are you making from your kind of core spread, latency even, right? There's sort of a few microseconds or milliseconds, right? Between producing your price and sending it out to the multi-dealer platforms. How much is that really costing you? So having very accurate, data, right, is really key to properly benchmark all of that.
So effectively with your clients, then, it's a question of delivering greater granularity to actually help them understand that business so much better. I mean, it sounds to me you're going into much more detail than probably the FX man on the street would understand.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, FX is such a competitive space that you really have to understand, sort of the whole business in detail to really, to really drive revenues these days, right? Yeah. Profitability in, single figure dollars per million, right? Yeah. You really care about $1 per million is actually quite a large chunk of your revenue. So going into that level of detail and sophistication, we think is really important, and and as a great solution for that whole banking sector.
So as a client, how am I going to access this, and B, what will be my key benefits of this partnership that's just been announced?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, as part of our core product, right? Of course, we have all the connectivity, pricing engine, distribution, risk management. All of that ties into our data source feed, and our clients can access that in two ways, really. One, they can access the data directly, so they can capture all the quotes, the orders, etc. They can pull all that into their own platforms if they want to do their own analysis. And then we have our new change-backed analytics platform, where clients can go in directly and they can run all of our value-added analysis on top. So be that the markouts, the P&L analysis, our AI-based tools, which are helping clients understand their client profiles, etc. All of that lives within our what we call data source insights package.
Okay. And from your point of view, Paul, I mean, obviously, the benefits this is bringing new change seem obvious in terms of a broader distribution network. I mean, is it that, just that, or is it beyond that?
Well, I think it's beyond that. I mean, it is that in the sense that having our data in the right place in the workflow is, imperative. And so, partnering with, Steve and Andrew and the team means that, our data gets into the right place for their clients. But also, we hope that, we can share ideas, and we've got, You know, we also build analytics, and we see demand from maybe a different sector of the, you know, the market that might not necessarily be, you know, naturally oneZero's sort of client base, and we can bring ideas from that sector, and then they can bring ideas as well. So it's just all about building the best platform, really, that you deliver to the clients to improve their outcome and experience. And you know, we're really looking forward to, you know, this relationship.
Yeah, and I guess then finally, Steve, I mean, from does this also potentially down the road give you better opportunity to expand product set in terms of new FX, you know, different FX products?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, sort of as Paul mentioned, right, you have this fantastic forward curve, you know, benchmark as well as the spot benchmark. And so, yeah, we see a huge amount of opportunity there in sort of really driving additional value, especially for the banks, right, who corporate banks in particular, who are doing a lot of forwards and swap transactions. So 100%.
Yeah, because I mean, because that market, because that market is automating
Yes.
at a pace at the moment. Well, I wish you luck with the partnership. Breaking news on one of our videos. This is great. It's Steve, Paul. Thanks for your time today. Thanks for watching. We'll be back very soon.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.